Hey everybody, it's Iman Mitchell here. Just want to make a real quick video to, I guess you could say, close out the year for the most part. But I'm going to be talking about what are your finances, or what is your income tied to? There's a belief that the new economy that we're shifting into is going to be more results driven and not so much hourly driven or salary driven. What do I mean by that? Companies are looking for people who can actually produce and not necessarily punch a clock. Now, I think that paid per hour jobs aren't going anywhere anytime soon, but as you progress in your life and you start to see things a little differently and you choose to increase on your education, ask yourself constantly, what is my income tied to? So I took the liberty of making this little graphic organizer that I know is backwards, but it is what it is. So everybody has to generate an income to make a living. Now, the average person uses their time to generate an income. What do I mean by that? You may make $20 an hour, you may make $30 an hour, you may make $1,000 an hour. It really doesn't matter. But your time is still tied to the money you make. If you don't put in that time, you do not get paid. So there's nothing wrong with having a job. There's nothing wrong with trading your time for dollars. The only thing is that if you're not trading your time, you're not generating any income. So obviously if you get sick, or if something happens, or if a child gets sick, or you miss a day at work, you're not making any money. So I've traded time for dollars a lot. It just is what it is. There's nothing wrong with it. But the second way, I work for a landlord here locally, and this was an interesting one. Some people, landlords, what they do is tie their income to houses. I work for a local landlord here, and it was probably one of the most powerful things I've seen, processing his rent checks. I mean, you're talking about money order after money order and check after check, and seeing deposits from the government for people who we had on Section 8 houses coming in every single month. He didn't trade any time for that. Of course, he had to get the education and the knowledge to buy those houses. Some of them had mortgages, some of them didn't. But he positioned himself to say, I'm going to own a house. He was playing Monopoly in real life. I'm going to own a house, and that's what the bulk of my income is going to be tied to. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do this. This is how I want to generate that. Okay, nothing wrong with that either. And then last but not least, of course, what we do, Team 12412, of course, is we said, well, we're not going to buy any houses, but we notice everybody pretty much have a cell phone. So we're going to tie our income, a portion to it, or maybe one day all of it, to people talking on their mobile devices. Now, there's nothing wrong with any of these, okay? But the one advantage, I will say, that something like this and something like this has over time for dollars, is that the time aspect is missing. So, I teach my team, if you work hard for 90 days, 6 months, possibly a year, you can get rid of that. It's 100% possible. I know people who've done it. They've exited what's called the rat race. So, I'm definitely anti 40-40-40 plan. You're working 40 hours a week for 40 years to retire on 40% of your income. And, I would strongly admonish anyone, even if not everyone does what we do, but by all means, if you can find a way, there are ways that you don't have to do this. There's nothing wrong with this, but there is a way. There are thousands of ways that you don't have to trade time for dollars. You're still going to have to generate this. The only question is, ask yourself, how can I generate this without doing this? If you can do that, I promise you, your quality of life will probably be a lot better than a lot of the people that you know and interact with on a daily basis. So with that being said, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. My name is Iman Mitchell. Please leave a comment below if you disagree, agree, maybe experiences you've had where you've figured out a way not to trade time for dollars or anything like that. And thanks so much for watching the video. You guys have a good day.